You know that moment when you stop mid-sentence and wonder why you're explaining yourself to someone not listening. That's the shift. It creeps up between folding laundry and realizing you're carrying emotional baggage that isn't yours. One morning, your tolerance tank is empty. Not angry empty, just done empty. Like your soul Marie Kondoed itself overnight. That friend who takes but never gives, suddenly you're busy, forever. The guilt from setting boundaries, gone. This isn't you becoming difficult. This is you becoming honest. Your energy becomes precious. Your time becomes sacred. You stop shrinking to make others comfortable. Some call it a phase. I call it an upgrade. This version, she's the final draft, and she's not apologizing for it. Ladies, let's talk about that magical moment in your late 30s or early 40s when something shifts deep inside your soul. One day you wake up and suddenly the things you used to tolerate, nope, expired, discontinued, off the menu. Your give a damn starts to evaporate like steam off a pot you forgot on the stove. And before you panic, or your partner panics, let me explain something with love. This isn't a crisis, it's clarity. This is your brain finally saying, I'm too grown, too tired, and too wise to keep pretending this is fine. So let's get straight to the science and the soul. 1, your hormones shift. When estrogen dips, your brain's be nice even when your dying inside button starts glitching. You can suddenly hear your own thoughts again, loud and clear. 2, your life experience becomes data. You've seen enough, lived enough, cried enough, and carried enough to know nonsense when it walks in the room. At 25, you're confused. At 35, you're suspicious. At 40, you're like, I know this pattern. I know this circus. I've met these clowns before. 3, you're tired of self-betrayal. Women and men spend their 20s and 30s shape-shifting for approval. By 40, your soul says, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm busy. And that is where the give a damn evaporates. You know that moment when you just can't anymore? That's not a breakdown, it's an upgrade. Your tolerance for nonsense is dropping and you're seeing everything clearly. Who shows up for you? Who just takes what genuinely brings peace versus what you've been forcing yourself to endure? It's like someone turned the lights on in a dark room. This usually hits hardest in your 40s, not because of a crisis, but because you're finally done abandoning yourself to keep others comfortable. You're not trying to blow up your life. You're reclaiming it. That restlessness, that's your soul saying it's time to stop tolerating what doesn't serve you and start honoring what does. The clarity is the gift. Use it. You're both exhausted but won't admit it. She thinks, I can't carry everyone's emotions. He thinks, I'm tired of fixing things. Suddenly you're strangers. Here's the truth. You didn't fall out of love. You fell out of people pleasing. She stops being the emotional caregiver. He stops performing for acceptance. It feels scary seeing each other this raw, but this is where real partnership begins. When she says, I need to care for myself too, and he says, I want peace, not pressure, the relationship isn't ending. The pretending is. This phase shakes everything because you're finally being honest. The real question, are you brave enough to love each other for real? Now, here's the beautiful part. When tolerance drops, clarity rises. You start to see what you actually want, not what you were told you should want. You start noticing who drains you, who supports you, what brings peace, what triggers resentment, what's worth saving, and what needs a polite funeral. This is why so many women and men in their 40s suddenly say, I can't keep living like this. Not because they want to leave their relationship, but because they want to stop leaving themselves. Let me talk to the couples for a moment, because this phase can shake a house. Women experience it as, I can't keep carrying everyone. If I don't take care of myself, no one will. I'm tired of being the emotional Sherpa for grown people. Yes, we're using that word again. Men experience it as, I'm tired of being the provider, the fixer, and the emotional wall. I want partnership, not pressure. I want peace, not performance. See, it hits both sides. And if you're not careful, both partners start thinking, did I fall out of love? No, you fell out of people pleasing. And that's huge. This stage isn't the end of love, it's the end of pretending. Here's the trap. Women think, he doesn't care about my needs. Men think, she's suddenly unhappy with everything I do. But the truth is, you're both becoming more aware of the places where you've been over-functioning, under-communicating, and silently suppressing your needs. And guess what? Suppressing needs is the #1 relationship killer over 40, not aging. Not weight gain, not wrinkles, not low libido. It's silence. Silence is the slow poison. When you hit 40, your spirit refuses to stay quiet. Most couples don't need a divorce. They need alignment. Here's the truth nobody tells you. First, say what you actually mean. Stop saying it's fine when it's not. Try, I need more help, or I'm feeling overwhelmed. Clarity isn't conflict, it's connection. Second, stop managing each other's emotions. You married a partner, not a project. You're equals, not emotional handlers. And here's the big one. Make room for both people to evolve. The person you married at 30 isn't the same at 45, and that's okay. That's not failure, that's being human. Growth doesn't have to mean growing apart, it means growing together intentionally. Your relationship can handle change if you're both willing to communicate through it. Stop avoiding the hard conversations. Start having the real ones. The goal is not divorce, the goal is alignment. Here's how to grow without blowing up your life. 1, say what you mean, respectfully but directly. Not, it's fine. Try, I need more help. Try, I'm feeling overwhelmed. Try, I don't feel seen. Clarity is not conflict. 2, stop managing each other's emotions. You are partners, not parents. You are equals, not handlers. 3, make room for both people to evolve. Who you married at 30 may not be who you are at 45. That's not failure, that's humanity. 4, rebuild intimacy through honesty, not performance. Intimacy isn't just sex, it's truth, it's vulnerability. It's saying, this is who I am now. Will you grow with me? 5, create a midlife reset plan. Sit down and ask each other, what do you need more of? What do you need less of? What habits are suffocating the relationship? What can we build together now that we couldn't before? That conversation alone has saved more marriages than therapy. Here's what nobody tells you about being single in your 40s. That feeling you have where you'd rather stay home than go on another mediocre date. That's not you being difficult. That's you finally knowing what peace feels like. You're not looking for butterflies anymore. You're looking for calm, not someone to fix, not someone to teach how to communicate, not someone who thinks emotional maturity is optional. You want someone who already did the work, someone who shows up consistent, not just exciting. And here's the truth that'll set you free. Your standards didn't get too high. Your tolerance for nonsense just got healthier. You're not picky. You're protective of the life you built. And honestly, that's the most attractive thing about you now. Everyone asks why I stopped caring what they think. That moment when you stop giving a damn, it's not coldness, it's awakening. Protecting your peace isn't selfish, it's survival. Setting boundaries isn't mean, it's necessary. Using your voice isn't rude, it's powerful. Choosing yourself first isn't wrong, it's overdue. For years, you bent, accommodated, and dimmed your light for others' comfort. Then something shifted. You stopped apologizing for existing, explaining yourself to those who wouldn't understand, and feeling guilty for prioritizing your well-being. This isn't a breakdown, it's breaking through the conditioning that told you to be small. Welcome to the other side. It's quieter here, but so much better. The real reason your give a damn evaporates. It's not hormones, it's not age, it's not bitterness. It's awakening. You're finally choosing yourself, your peace, your boundaries, your voice, your worth. This is not a breakdown. This is a breakthrough. You didn't lose your spark. You stopped wasting it on people who didn't deserve it. Around 40, something shifts. You stop apologizing for standards and shrinking yourself to fit spaces never meant for you. That friend who only calls when she needs something, suddenly unavailable. That critical family member, background noise. Peace isn't keeping everyone happy. It's protecting your energy. Your boundaries are filters, not walls. This isn't bitterness, it's clarity. You're becoming intentional, not cold. Every no creates space for a better yes. If you're choosing yourself in this season, you're not alone. What did you stop tolerating after 40? This chapter isn't about losing anything. It's about finally finding yourself. Your give a damn didn't disappear. It matured. It grew boundaries. It grew standards. It grew wisdom. And baby, at 40, your soul starts saying, I'm not losing myself to keep the peace I never actually had. This isn't the beginning of the end. It's the beginning of you becoming the version of yourself you were always meant to be. You're not difficult. You're finally aware. Ladies, if you felt this message, subscribe to Authentically Her After 40 and drop a comment telling me, what did you stop giving a damn about after 40? And how did it change your life? Because this chapter, this is where the magic begins.